12 huge Emmerdale spoilers for next week, the 7th to the 11th of August 2023. 1. Laurel is trapped. As Jai heads to India alone, Laurel decides to go with him, worried about leaving him. As a favor to Marshall before she goes, she collects his passport from Dad Colin's house, but vicious Colin locks her in the schoolboy's old bedroom. Terrified of Colin's erratic behavior, Laurel is trapped and without her phone. 2. Laurel tries to escape. Desperately, Laurel tries to come up with an escape plan. She attempts to negotiate with Colin and even prays. As Colin's behavior becomes more unstable, Laurel hits Colin over the head with a Bible and makes a run for it. To her horror, she's locked in. 3. Colin becomes dangerous. Colin forces Laurel to unlock her phone. Then he texts Jai pretending to be her and implies she has been drinking. Colin's behavior becomes increasingly dangerous. When a policeman arrives, Laurel's hopes raise for a rescue, but evil Colin is not ready to let her go. 4. Jai searches for Laurel. Meanwhile, Jai, Sunny and Nicola are concerned about Laurel's absence until Arthur reveals that she was meant to pick up Marshall's passport from Colin's house. Frustrated, Jai and Sunny pursue their own search for Laurel. Will they find her in time? 5. Nate impresses Corey's client. Nate begins his new job at the car lot with Corey and is soon promised that there are ways to make extra cash on the side. When Corey's client Harry arrives, he's so impressed by Nate that he gives him a big tip. Corey and Nate agree that Caleb doesn't need to know, but after some digging, Nate realizes Corey's deal with Harry isn't legit. Caleb suspects something dodgy is going on. 6. Nate gets involved in a dodgy job. Wanting a pay rise, Nate lies to Caleb that nothing dodgy is happening with the business. Later, wary of getting too involved with dirty money, Nate warns Corey about Caleb's fears. Corey threatens Nate, telling him not to get on the wrong side of Harry. But with Tracy thrilled at how well Nate's doing at work, will he be tempted to continue this dodgy dealing? 7. Amelia suggests running away. With a dark cloud hanging over Dan's future, he does his best to reassure Amelia that he'll still look after her. But Amelia is convinced there's only one option to remain as a family: to go on the run. As stressed Amelia plans their escape to Ireland, she almost hurts Esther, but Dan saves the day and proves how much they rely on each other. 8. Dan asks Kane for advice. As Dan's fears of prison and leaving Amelia sinks in, he starts to consider running away as an option and asks Kane for help. Kane offers to sort Dan out with what he needs to escape, and soon the Spences ready themselves to leave. Amelia is frightened and knows she can't tell Noah the truth about their runaway plan. 9. Dan and Amelia flee the village. Kane delivers ferry tickets, an old car and a burner phone to Dan, and suddenly everything becomes real for Dan and Amelia. They share a moment as they say goodbye to Emmerdale, alongside Esther, but are they able to cope with this life-changing move, or will Dan's crime catch up with him? 10. Gabby resists temptation. After angst-ridden Gabby tried to kiss Billy, the situation at home farm is awkward. As Gabby wrestles with confused new feelings for him, she decides to get away from her new dilemma. Deciding to take a break from the village, Gabby books a flight to Portugal with son Thomas. 11. Wendy and Bob try to fix things. With their relationship in tatters, Wendy tries to get closer to Bob to remind him of what they once had. Bob makes this difficult for Wendy by avoiding her. Stuck in the middle, Bernice orders Bob to start making an effort with Wendy or lose her for good, but later a confusion at the surgery sours things again. 12. Lydia annoys Samson. Lydia comes up with a plan that irritates her grumpy stepson Samson. Often Lydia has been the driving force behind Samson growing up and stepping up in regards to daughter Esther. But what is the idea she has this time that annoys Samson?
Xin chào các bạn đã quay trở lại OK Soát Spoiler. Vừa rồi các bạn đã theo dõi một sản phẩm của chúng tôi, OK Soát Spoiler, một kênh tin tức chuyên cung cấp cho các bạn những thông tin mới nhất về những bộ phim xà phòng của Vương quốc Anh như SNL, Emmerdale, Con đời Transit và Hollywood. Các bạn hãy để lại bình luận bên dưới về những thông tin chúng tôi đã nêu trong video. Hãy like và subscribe để ủng hộ kênh. Xin chào và hẹn gặp lại các bạn.